things that you see during the week, but just always want these guys to get, one day better. Yeah, we talk about playing clean, and we really gave them two balls there with the interception, and really Jerry's a better player than that to know those guys are always coming from behind. So we have to be better there. We have to play clean in that giveaway column there, and that's going to hold you back. And especially, Jerry made a huge play for us, so we have to come away with points there, 7 if not 3. But that'll be a main focus for all of our guys. And when you're playing, especially on the road, you're playing good teams, or we're playing a good team next week, you have to play clean. You got to try to win that turnover margin. Yeah, obviously, this team did a nice job of loading those boxes, and we have to run efficiently even versus those, Tony, but there were opportunities in the back end, and obviously getting that play off of scramble drill was huge, the one to IB. I mean, that's a great play for us in that moment when we're outmanned to be able to escape and make that throw. And then, the play to Samp, I thought, obviously, great individual effort by Samp, but the blocking on the perimeter was so key. And that was something that we talked about all week, how important on that play and a bunch of those perimeter plays, the blocking was going to be important. I thought, I can think of Sed and Harold and Dave were out there blocking on the perimeter, did a really nice job. Yeah, we felt confident in our guys. I think I told you guys last week, we trust our guys. We trust our guys to go make plays, and that there are plays to be had. There's always room for improvement, and that's what we focus on in our building. That's our guys have the right attitude to find ways to improve. But obviously, when you can make plays down the field, it opens up everything. No, we had a couple. Third quarter, it seemed to be an epidemic there on our side with offense, defense, and special teams getting penalties. But I thought by and large operation was good. I have to credit, it's nice having a veteran center when you have rookie quarterbacks playing in there that you can really lean on. Ethan Posick, he did a great job as well with Shedeur. I think potentially, he's had a lot of reps with Gage throughout the spring and summer. Obviously, when you're working Harold, not as much, but Harold and IB on those two plays in particular, those are very trustworthy players. Those are guys that you feel confident as a quarterback that they're going to be where they're supposed to be. I thought Harold was outstanding. His run after catch showed up in this game. Yeah, I'm always going to take my time and do what's best for the football team. Yeah, I mean, Deshaun's been, with us every step of the way this season. He's done a great job in the meeting room, being that veteran that can impart some of the experiences that he's had throughout his career. America, I think, is really invaluable. So it's good to have him out there. It was. Yeah, we feel really strongly about Dylan Sampson, and we feel really strongly about Q and Jerome, but we feel we're at our best when we're spreading the football around. Yeah, because my focus is on today. It does give me the opportunity to talk about another quarterback, Bernie Kosar. I know Bernie was watching today. I was texting with him before the game. I got to see him this week. Just amazing to be with him, and I marvel at Bernie's grit. That's how he played the game. That's how he played that position. But I think Bernie was definitely watching his Brownies today. Yes. Well, I think you saw a lot of what Shedeur does well on the field today. I thought to make that play off schedule when we were outmanned in protection, get the ball down the field. So there's a lot that he's doing well, and there's a lot that he's working on, which is what I appreciate about young guys that want to get better. Okay, thank you, guys.
All right, we still got Shedeur Sanders and Myles Garrett, y'all. Shedeur Sanders and Myles Garrett's coming to the podium. Overall, I was actually glad to see the entire Browns team win. They played like Terminators on the defensive side. Geno got sacked, I think, 8 or 9 times of this game. Geno Smith, the quarterback for the Raiders. Shedeur only got sacked once. I actually took Shedeur Sanders on my prize pick and I won. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, Kevin, it's kind of hard for us to hear the reporters. They need to make sure that their mics be up as loud as the coaches and the players. They asked, it was Tony Grossi. Tony Grossi asked Coach Kevin Stefanski, who's going to be the quarterback going forward. And Kevin Stefanski's reply was, he's only focused on the day. Well, I guess you could say that's better than him coming out and saying, you know, we like what Shedeur did, but Dillon Gabriel will be our quarterback next week. At least he didn't come out and say that. So I know up there in Cleveland that Kevin Stefanski, the coach, the general manager, Andrew Berry, and Jimmy Haslam, the owner, they meet every Friday and they meet every Monday. So I guess we will find out come Monday. Well, I don't even think we're going to find out what the decision is come Monday. I know Kevin Stefanski likes to wait and drag things out and won't name his starting quarterback until Wednesday. But I just got in off the road. I was on the edge of my seat watching this game down here in Atlanta. I was able to see the game, and I feel like, here's a question I got for y'all. Do y'all feel like the play calling that was drafted up for Shedeur, do you feel like they had him handcuffed? Like they really wouldn't unleash Shedeur Sanders? You know, when Dillon Gabriel was in, there was a lot of dinking and dunking. I feel like they had Shedeur Sanders handcuffed. And then especially when they got down in the red zone under the 10-yard line, they took Shedeur Sanders out the game. But I'm going to tell you why I feel like they took Shedeur Sanders out the game. Not because they didn't want him to throw a touchdown, but when Dillon Gabriel was in there and they tried passing the ball, they wasn't able to score. You know, last week they got the ball on the 6-yard line and wasn't able to score trying to pass it. So I'm thinking they was hesitant because of what happened last week when not having to try Shedeur Sanders to throw the ball in the end zone, and they ran the Wildcat, and it was successful for them. They ran the Wildcat twice with Quinshon Judkins. He scored both times. Quinshon Judkins scored 2 touchdowns. Shedeur Sanders scored. You know, overall, a win is a win. And I just got off the road. I have not heard this press conference. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what both Shedeur has to say and Myles Garrett. The defense had a monster performance out there. I even got to track down, there was a pregame interview by the CBS analyst before the game, and I got to track down that interview. There we go.
How y'all doing? Chilling? Relaxing, thankful? Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that his father was there.
Has it changed? I'm not gonna lie, I felt very relaxed, very relaxed. And half of that comes from preparing, studying, and knowing I got God on my side. So throughout all that, I had no worries. I didn't feel nervous or anything before the game because, like he took all my worries and everything away.
Shedeur, just how do you summarize this performance? How do you feel like you're starting to
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Coming up here before y'all, 6-7 months ago, I couldn't tell you I'll be here. God, the only way I'm able to even get through everything. Being able to see my family, that was important, and I'm happy that I was here to be able to witness it. But without God, nothing possible, honestly, and I mean that truly and dearly. And everybody starts different places, and like I say, just because I didn't get the summer reps, just because I wasn't in the best situation, for me to be prepared to go out there and execute, like from a summer standpoint, that's how life is. Everybody's not in everybody's not in the best situation, but it's no excuse. You got to go out there and perform. Like, there's no choice, there's no question. Nobody cares if this was 1 week of prep. Who cares? So a lot of people want to see me fail, and it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah. I learned a lot. Mentally, I feel like I'm able to understand more. I feel like I'm able to. And the thing was, I was always great at understanding perspectives and stuff, because you got to really take a deep dive at how we grew up. Like when we grew up, my dad had us in a 30,000 square foot home. Then after that, he took us to go play ball in the inner city. After that, we transferred and he moved us across town because he wanted us to get that dog in us, to have that mentality, to have that it factor in us. So then we went to charter schools, and I don't know if you're familiar with charter schools, and like, it's not the best, but you got a lot of different people from different situations that you got to be able to adapt to. So that's where all those core different things of being able to relate, being able to understand. But now, since I went through everything the past 6 months, it led me to a whole different understanding, and it led me in my own experience with God, with having faith, when nobody else can help you in your situation, but God, so that's why I'm truly thankful and I'm truly happy. And this is the first time I've never had stress, I did the work, I did everything I can in my power I was able to do. So the rest was left up to him. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like they respect the way I go about my business, and being a backup and everything. Sometimes you have to compromise your personality and change the way how you do things, to never step on anybody's toes. So the fact that I got an opportunity and I was able to show the organization, show everybody who I really am, then that was truly exciting. So, I was off balance for a little bit, past couple months of my life, but it was different. But I'm thankful, to be back where I am. I would say getting thrown into the Ravens game. I say that's what it is. As soon as we got that last drive, I said, oh yeah, this how they play? Then I was able to get right. It's different when you watch it from the sideline. Like, everybody could analyze, everybody could say everything from the sideline. You could watch TV, everything. You could talk on TV, whatever you want to do. But until you get out there and you do it, then it's different. Going out there, with, only practice with the $100 and everything, like, that's different. It's a lot of vet quarterbacks, that had their time and everything that were backups and was able to get thrown in the game and be all right. but I don't think that's like that in their rookie year. That's a difference, you know? Like that's different, and I'm thankful for that experience because that helped me get to where I am today. That helped me go into the game very comfortable, knowing that they got a great defense with the Ravens, knowing the different looks, how they could be confusing to the naked eye. But that's why during the game I was smiling so much, because I'm like, oh yeah, if this what it is, I know I'm gonna be able to accept that challenge and move forward one day and be able to have success. So that's the mentality I went with going and prepping for this week. We know they got a dog on the D lineman. You know about Max Crosby. We know about that. But, you know, I fear no man. You know, the only thing I fear is God. Oh no, we definitely had a game plan for him. He's a great player overall. He let his presence be known, and you know, going and just reflecting. You know, I'm in the moment right now, so we don't truly understand, you know, how everything was. Because when you're in the moment, you can't see full view of everything. So I'm thankful for it. Going against them, going against like all those great defensive legends over there. You know, it was truly amazing. But when you get out there, you just gotta not care and just be like, it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? That's the mentality you have to have. Oh, we gotta get him too. We got.
First of all, Pat, the 52-yard when you spun out, that make you feel any kind of way? I mean, I know you came in with confidence, but could you take us through that play? Just how it made you feel making that play?
I would say the thing is, I visualize everything during the week. The game was already played, so that's why I have confidence. That's why I'm able to talk how I talk, walk how I walk. You know, do what I'm able to do because the game was already mentally played already before we was out there. Then when you get out there, you confirm, you know, what you watch, everything, and then you got the guys in the right spots when you need them in the right spots for different situations. Then you're able to capitalize off them. So, like I said, it comes down to I'm thankful for the coaches, you know, putting everybody in the spots. I'm thankful for the old linemen being able to take me under their wing, you know, and be able to grow and build with them. And I'm thankful for the team, you know, having my back throughout this whole period.
You know, you had so many young guys looking like yourself that really stepped up. I mean, Harold made plays and
Yeah.
Samson made that touchdown run. Can you just talk about how you guys really stepped up all the rookies together?
Yeah, all the rookies is extremely special. You know, we go with a term, but I can't say the term on here though. We have a term though. It's called young. You know what I'm saying? but we definitely want to come in and create change, and we have those conversations. We talk, you know, about what we got to do, you know, and be proactive, not reactive. We got to bring the energy sometimes, you know. And not saying the vets don't, but it's just on the offensive side of the ball we struggle sometimes. So we need somebody to be that match. We need somebody to be that light. So I'm thankful that we got all the different type of duos over there, all the different key players on the offensive side of the ball, and it's some hungry dogs that's still out there that ain't been a part of the travel squad yet. Nah, I was a 5th round pick. I got skipped by everybody at least 5 times. so it's not it just come with the game. You know, it is what it is. But I'm just thankful for where I am now. You know, I don't. Everybody have their differences. But I still got an opportunity to play. So why can I be mad? You know, money different, but thankfully I have a good family. You know, so it is what it is. We're not playing for that. We're playing for the love of the game. So I'm just thankful to be out here, have an opportunity, be able to go and play. Go out there and play. Go out there and start. Like, you don't know how surreal, you know, that feeling is, knowing that you have the responsibility of the Browns organization on your shoulders, you know. Having all the fans, you know. Everybody in here arguing with each other online and everything. Everybody have their differences about me. It is what it is. But I'm just thankful I'm here before y'all, you know, today. And hopefully we cleared a little stuff up. But we have a long way to go, a long way to grow. And I know it's only one way, and the only way's up. Thank y'all.
All right, y'all. If you want to hear what Myles Garrett has to say, the Browns defense had a monster defensive performance. I believe the total sacks they had on Geno Smith was 9, y'all. The defense balled out. I'm not even a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm a Coach Prime DeionSanders supporter, y'all. But I'm just gonna keep it real. I am emotionally attached to Mr. I just want to see this young man succeed with everything that he's gone through. And God don't give us nothing we can't handle. This is something for all of us. He don't give us nothing we can't handle and, until we're ready for it. So there was a lot of lessons.
Sorry.
Miles a little bit under the weather.
And that's opportunities you live for. Getting the lead early, being able to, stop the run almost completely, with a guy who's going to be very special here soon. And just making them predictable, being able to just pin your ears back and hunt. We live for moments like that, and I'm so proud of, how they rushed and, us putting together a historic day for us. Man, it feels good. It feels real good. It felt better to see all my guys. I feel like each of them got a sack. I feel like Mace kind of he got screwed over on one. I think he had one, but it went to someone else or something happened. But I felt like all the guys were winning the rush and doing their thing. So that's the thing I'm most excited about. That's what put a smile on my face. Being able to have a franchise record. I can't expect that of myself. I'll continue to set the bar higher and higher. And I feel like I had an angel watching over me today.
It seems like he's so close to having that, getting that first goal snap. There were at least a couple where he just didn't see the ball in the pocket up the middle.
Yeah.
Somebody you or somebody else did it at first, but just the way he's grown, and just what you see now and how he's grown.
He just continues to, develop his rushes, his rush plan. Just having a lot to do with it. I think guys are underestimating, the rush talent that we have across the line, and he's going to continue to give guys problems. And he's going to, start turning those pressures and those hits into sacks. We know he will, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he does the rest of the season. I pass big on. So, chasing Mike, chasing greatness, and, if God wills it, I'll go get it. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I don't try to, delay this thing, but I want it to come in a win. I want to have a chance to, play some games in January and in February. So then we got to win out. I hope some things go our way. But it would be great. But we have a lot bigger and more pressing things to deal with. 13-4. Yeah, that's a hell of a month, hell of a last 4 games. No, I don't even think about it. I'm just thinking about the next one, how we can put it all together and do it again, and hopefully I'll sit down and take a moment to be with my family. They can help me rationalize and see it for what it is. But no, I can't tell you how much I'm really just proud of this team and how we responded. he put it up, and I'm just like, oh God, who was that even going to? I wasn't even looking down there to see IB, and then, I'm just looking. I'm like, oh God, please. And he drops it in the bucket, and he reaches it out. I'm like, please, just don't fumble into the end zone. So like he reaches out, but he is, keeps possession, and I'm just like, wow, there's not many guys in the league that can make that throw. So that was a hell of a throw. I hope he can continue to grow and develop, from making plays like that, and take it from there.
Yeah, the look on Myles Garrett's face, y'all. I gotta go back and try to find
I feel
that.
like I just have some better opportunities. And I feel like most of the time,
When
guys see me
Shedeur
coming,
Sanders
they're
threw that ball,
hug that thing. But
he was in shock.
this time, they had so many, different, threats from across the line, and they were throwing so many different, looks and guys at me. They were like, we don't have to worry about him coming off the edge. I was there to make a couple plays and get the ball out. He's rushing behind though. I think we're really playing off each other, and we have great chemistry. And I'm looking forward to see how far he can take it with his season as well. Because him and Mace are running games at a high level, winning at a high level, and then whenever we can communicate and run games between each other or as a unit, it's really become special very quickly. And just happy to see him doing his thing. He's one of the most unique rushers I've had the privilege to be with, with the combination of finesse and power. I love Max, man. Love watching his game. He's a dog. The way he attacks every play, the way he hustles, relentless. Everybody says, guys have relentless motor. Not a lot of guys I would give that moniker to, but he's definitely one of them. He can rush at a high level. He gets TFLs like nobody else. He just doesn't stop. And that combination of strength and length and get off, he uses it, to a very elite level. He's one of the very best at that rushing and playing the run.
Miles, when a game is going like this to the defensive line, does it just feel like everybody's out there trying to get
Yeah. And when it's going like that, it's like, why not? I had one at the half, and I was like, sure, we're going to get some more opportunities. Let's just keep going. Let's see how far we can take it. I think we had like 5 in the first half, and then we ended up with 10. And it was like, we're going to, if we knock out this run, keep on taking away, what they want to do on first and second down, it's going to eventually just turn into a passing game. We can put our ears back and really, show what we can do in this rush game. So, we gotta do what we do, earn the right still, but guys really displayed how good they are with their craft and how hard they've been working. I never doubted it was possible. Never a moment. I think the last thing you can give up in your life and in sports is hope. So, I hope for this season, hope for this next game. I keep my head held high and focus on what's in front of me. And what's next is the 49ers, I believe. So I'll just keep on, working hard, study them, and hope everything works in our favor. But we got to take care of business.
All right, there y'all go. We heard from Kevin Stefanski, heard from Shedeur Sanders, we heard from Myles Garrett. When Shedeur Sanders scrambled out from behind the center, rolled right, and threw that dart to Isaiah Bond, it was a 52-yard pass. The camera zoomed in on Myles Garrett's face. I gotta find that content. And he literally just spoke on it. He was in awe. His mouth dropped open like he was seeing a comet fall out of the sky. Hey, I'm happy for the entire team. A little bit of history. The Cleveland Browns have had Shedeur Sanders since 1999, has been the 42nd starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders broke history on their away games for the Browns. They were 0-17. Y'all heard me correctly. The Cleveland Browns was 0-17 in their away games. And this team, in all three facets of the game, of the special teams, offense, defense, they showed up. Everybody balled out. I was glad to see the entire team win. Up there in Ohio, I'm down here in Atlanta. I tap into ESPN Cleveland, 92.3 The Fan, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. They always, whenever they get a win, they haven't had a win in so long, they do Victory Monday. So there'll be a lot of live reaction to the Cleveland Browns finally snapping their losing streak. The commentary on Shedeur Sanders. And, Deion, he's having a hard time up in Colorado, and he wasn't sure. He said he wasn't sure if he was going to make it to the game day. So it was a beautiful thing to see him up there in the suite, watching his son play and to see his reaction whenever Shedeur did some really good plays. Hey, thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you enjoyed the content. Hit that thumbs up button before you leave out. It'll help push this live feed out to more people. Drop your comments in. Who do you want to see be the starting quarterback going forward? The Browns play the Buffalo Bills. The Browns play the San Francisco 49ers at home in Cleveland. The following week after that, they play the Tennessee Titans. That's going to be box office. So you'll have the Heisman Trophy winner who hasn't been doing good this year with the Tennessee Titans. It'll be booked like a heavyweight fight. Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. But that's if Kevin Stefanski allows Shedeur to be the starting quarterback going forward. Hey, thank you. I'm Randy Prentice, the host of Premier Sports Talk. May you have a blessed day and be a blessing to others.